Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Men's Physique Show. We are bringing you an incredible show from this week. We have so many things to share with you, so many things to delve into, and we want to shout out the Horde. We love you guys. We love the fans. As we get closer and closer to 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube page, we're about 400 away. We have a special giveaway. We're going to announce that on Monday, I believe, on our Monday show, guys, and it's going to be phenomenal. Before we begin, you know I have to start with my boys, my favorite boys, my brothers, the two best, most incredible hosts known to the entire men's physique division and all of bodybuilding and all of sports worldwide. I want to start off with my boy, the muscle man himself, the kind of guy that'll surf in the Mornington Peninsula, flexing with vascularity, with striations, and the look that makes all the ladies just lose their... Anyway, we'll skip that. He's married. My boy, A-Bomb, the Australian voice of men's physique, Phil Naselli, let's go. And you know him, the originator, the man, none are greater, the one who started this all, the person who has influenced so many athletes to be a bigger and better version of themselves, and of course, our brother who's near and dear to us, McGravy himself, Hart McGrath, let's go. And your boy, Aline Bolton, Men's Physique IFBB Pro. Happy to be here. Man, we got to get into this show. Let's go.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Off the Stage brought to you by the Men's Physique Show. I know all of us are so pumped to be here. Phil, how you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling good, man. There's not long to go now, but before the Arnold, we've got so much to dissect today. The men's physique world's popping off. I don't know what's happened in the last 7 days, but we've got physique updates, bit of drama, controversy, things just out of the ordinary that you don't typically see from men's physique athletes. So yeah, I'm looking forward to diving into today's episode.
Gaffa, how you feeling?
Bro, I'm so charged right now. I mean, this has been an incredible week for our show. I mean, you look at the people we've interviewed this week, the athletes. We've got some sneak surprises that we're going to drop on you guys, some secret surprises. Just incredible conversations, incredible movement, and the things that we're going to do in 2026. We're going to change the game. So I'm so happy to be on this train, so happy to be going down this journey, up this journey with you guys. We're not going down, we're going up actually, and we're moving forward. So onward and upward we go.
Damn right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the show. This is number, 8 or 9? I'm losing track. We're doing so many of these, and they're just so successful, and the Horde is loving it. People are loving it. YouTube is finally loving this. Let's get into some crazy updates. The first thing that we have to talk about, something that has made history. I don't know, Aline, Phil, if you've ever heard of anything like this for any division in all of bodybuilding, but I'm so glad, I'm so grateful it happened in men's physique. Bodybuilding Total brings us a post that happened very recently. It says twins, 2 men's physique twins competing together. Who would you have given the win to? And as I kind of skip through this footage and you guys, the Horde, watch these 2 twins, I'll start with the Gaffa first. What do you think about 2 twins competing on stage together at one time? Have you ever heard of anything like this?
Bro, I've never seen this before. And I got to tell you, I like how they have them both next to each other. It is so wild to see because, obviously you can't share genetics more than that, right? So it then comes down to some subtle differences genetically, some very, very subtle ones. But I mean, literally looking at a mirror, I wonder if they pose in front of each other and it's like looking at a mirror. Just the camaraderie that they have as brothers to go through this together is just beautiful to see. Stepping on stage together, obviously it was a mission of theirs to accomplish this. So, I hope that one day we can get them on the show or at least talk with them and hear, what sparked this and kind of where their head was initially to start going down this road to step on stage together. But man, it looks awesome. I had something similar like this with my brother, Jason Randolph. We did the Miami Pro together. I was pro. It was his first amateur show last year, and it was really cool to go through that experience with him. But obviously, we're not twins, and we didn't step on stage simultaneously together. This is magical. So and I hope we get we have a little bit of time to break down the physiques here.
Yeah.
Phil, what do you think?
Nah, this is incredible. I mean, we know that brothers share a special bond, but we know that twins, I don't know what it is, but they have an even deeper bond than that. I don't know if it's just a DNA thing. I don't know if it's just a genetic thing, but every time I've seen twins walk down the street, they're always like, I don't know, there's just something special about twins. I had to double check if this was not AI because I don't know if anyone's noticed, but when they go into their quarter turns, it's almost in sync. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah,
they did it. As the gaffer was talking, I was watching his clip. Take a look.
That's wild, right?
Take a look when they go to the front shot and when they go to the back shot.
We'll just let this play.
Like their posing's obviously you can tell that they were posing together throughout their preps because their transitions are somewhat similar. But take a look at this now. Oh no, it's the next one. No, but yeah, just going back to what I was saying. Like you go through that one there. Did you notice that?
On sync. Yeah,
it was on sync. So yeah, to be able to go through a prep with your brother is something special. But to see it, see you and your brother both on stage, I'm sure there would have been some sort of competitive rivalry. There always is between siblings. But the question is, who ended up being on top on the day? That'll be a story that you'll be able to tell your kids and bring up at family dinners. And if there are any arguments between the two guys at home, one of them can always say, "Hey, remember that competition that we did? Never forget that."
Right.
They are similar, boys. What do you think?
Yeah. Hey, do you guys see how they even stir the pot? Like when they go into their front post hand on hip, the hand spins simultaneously. Like they both got that little twist going on. I think they do like 3 or 4 rotations with the hand right there, that little wave. It's so hilarious, man. I love to see this. It's so cool.
Can't blame me. You can't blame me for thinking that was AI because I'm telling you, it was even though they looked the same, their transitions and their timing was so identical. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Wild. Absolutely
you
wild.
can see a little bit
I've
of a
never
difference
seen
on the
anything like it. Here's some. Yeah, what do you think? Smaller waist on A compared to B. I know A is a little taller. Hair is a little bit taller as well. Symmetry wise, as far as the abs, these look a little bit more symmetrical. As far as just kind of lined up, you kind of see these are a little bit more staggered. What else do you guys see when you look at this?
To me, I see B is a little bit more conditioned than A, but A is fuller, has a wider back, larger chest, a little bit wider in the clavicle area. But you're right. I mean, more symmetrical on the abs is A. B is a little staggered in the abs and a little leaner in the back. It could be because he's squeezing a little bit more in the back than A is. A looks a little bit more relaxed in that face to curtain pose. But and also A seems to hold the waist in the transition right there versus B looks like they're letting it go a little bit in the waist. So they're losing the abs a little bit and then they kind of recover them. Phenomenal shapes, phenomenal athletes, clearly, and just so cool to see. What do you think, Phil? What do you think?
You pretty much ticked off everything that I was going to say. The one thing that I noticed right off the bat was just, I think it was A's abs were a little bit more staggered. I think in the back, they're very, very similar. I think the only difference is B had a little bit more conditioning. Even just their insertions, like if you look at their lower back, like even their Christmas tree kind of comes in. It's not a perfect Christmas tree. It kind of, the right slat kind of tails into the left flat on a bit of an angle. But yeah, if anything, I think B's just a little sharper in the back. But regardless, these guys both look incredible.
I feel like this is history. I feel like I've never heard of anything like this, and I'm glad this got captured. Like the gaffer said, it'd be amazing to get these guys on for a podcast. Hopefully they speak some English. We'll get in contact with them. But we got to talk about a show that's 5 weeks, 6 days away. Woo! March 5th is around the corner. And
38 days, I think.
What was that?
38 days.
38 days. 38 days, boys. And we got the Arnold Classic. 5 weeks, 6 days out. Here's the roster. Obviously, as we know, our boy, our close friend, Edvan Palmera, is unfortunately not going to be able to make the show. But they did replace him with someone. And who else is going to make it? We have Olivero da Costa is not going to be able to make the show. But let's get into some Arnold Classic updates. Again, we're less than 6 weeks out, which is just crazy. A guy who we just interviewed. We have a very special announcement that we're going to let you guys know of firsthand. Emmanuel Hunter says 6 weeks out of the Arnold Sports, there's no race, there's no rivalry, there's an outcome. all smoke. And this is the bathroom that I've seen Emmanuel Hunter pose in for the last like 5-6 years, I swear. And I'll start with Avon. Phil Naselli. You're looking at one of the best in the world, a guy that, you know, can easily, I think, when he brings the right package, get into that top 3. What do you think, and how do you think he's looking 6 weeks out of the Arnold Sports Fest?
I think E-Man's looking damn good. Like, 6 and a bit weeks now, or just 7 weeks, whatever it may be. This guy's coming. He's coming for war, man. And after we chatted to him, and I saw actually he was on a live stream the other day, and this guy's all business. Like, he's got a different mindset. He's not playing Mr. Nice. He's not playing Mr. Nice Guy, I should say. This guy's got his head locked on. There were some complications that happened prior to the Olympia, which kind of was a reason behind why he was placed where he did place. But he's not letting that get to him this time around. And like I said, this guy's coming to bring his best and show the world that, hey, he's not a 11th place Olympian. He has always been around that 4th place, and to drop so many places for him would have mentally played a massive, would have taxed him mentally. So yeah, he's ready to rock and roll. The guy's looking good. He's looking sharp. He's exactly where he needs to be this close to the show. And you best believe that in the next couple of weeks, he's going to dial things in and just hit the gas and take off.
Agreed. You know, when he was on our show, one of the things that I loved about E-Man is his Kobe Bryant Mamba mentality. Like, this dude, what he said that he needs to do in order to like catch up is exactly word for word what Kobe Bryant was on when he first started basketball, and was like, I got to get more reps than the next guy. I got to double up. Right? So I can catch up and then surpass. And then there's going to be such a gap that you can't even catch up to me at some point. Like, you can tell by his updates, especially recently, his shoulders are like, we're 6 weeks out, basically. His shoulders are fucking capped, bro. He's got the upper shelf. His chest is full. Back is incredible. I'm not even calling him E-Man anymore. I think we need to start calling him Emax instead of IMAX movies. Emax movies, you know, because you can literally watch a movie on his back. Look at that. Like, how wide it is, how detailed it is, how dense it is. I love his posing right now. I think he's perfecting his front pose. Obviously, he's nailing his back pose. Very smooth with the transitions, with the hand movement. I mean, everything about him. And then I also want to point out, you know, he's locked in for 2 reasons. One, he's got the Scully on the head, so he's not fucking around. You know, once you see the Scully on, you know, they're locked, right? It's go time. And then you look at his Jordans. He's got the 12s on, the flu game. Those are probably the most number one sneaker that indicates I am here to fuck shit up no matter what. Like, if I'm missing a leg, I'm still doing it. I'm still taking my shot. If I've got the flu, I'm still taking the last shot. Like, it does not matter. Nothing's going to stop me. I'm relentless right now. And he's got him black and white. So he's rocking the Jordan 12s, flu game style. He's got an incredible physique. It's fuller than it's ever been. He looks incredible. I've never seen him look this good 6 weeks out. And again, definitely one of our brothers now, part of the horde. E-Man, also known as Emax. I'm coining it. Let's go.
Resellers are going to love you now. All of a sudden, Jordan 12 prices are going to go through the roof.
Hey, boys, did you see his Hunter Classic that he's coming out with? The show?
No.
We
I
did.
know.
Check this out. Boom.
Wow.
This is going to be
That's his
huge.
lovely wife, Liz. Liz is going to be in the building, and is part of is 50%. Is them together. I can't even say his part. They're one doing this show together. That's so awesome. Beautiful to see.
Yeah, this is gonna change the game, especially in Alabama. I'm not sure if there are many shows in Alabama at the moment, but you know, when E-Man's putting his name behind it, when the Hunters are putting their name behind it, it's going to be a big show. So, yeah, it's going to be. It's going to put bodybuilding and men's physique on the map. I don't think it is actually just a men's physique show. I think it might be what is it? Is it an amateur show? Is it a pro show? Does anyone know too much about it?
I believe it's an amateur show, so it's only NPC. And also, did you guys know that she competes also? Did you guys know that she's a competitor? Fit model?
Fit model.
Yeah, she's going to be the C-bum in that fit class. I'm telling you. Like, watch out for her. If she wins, she's going to go on such a streak, bro, because she's got that look. She's got that look that they're going for in that division, and you need someone who's got like a really polished look, beautiful posing, personality, everything, bro. Like the two of them together is a dangerous combination for everybody else. I just want to say that. So I'm excited to see both of their careers just move forward, and I'm so happy to see both of them have this Hunter Classic together. This is awesome, man. Awesome stuff.
Emmanuel Hunter, ladies and gentlemen, 6 weeks out of the Arnold Sports Fest, doing a show together with his wife. This is history. There's no other men's physique pro ever to do to have their own show, and Emmanuel Hunter's doing it, which is super cool. Obviously, we know, but I don't know if the Horde knows, he is with the new coach for the Arnold Sports, so that's a big deal for Emmanuel Hunter. I agree with you guys. It's not even really a physique thing at this point for Emmanuel. I feel like it's just mentality. Can he lock in with the Scully on and just bring it? And that's all he needs to do. He just needs to bring the best E-Man, and he will give anyone a run for their money. Super proud of you, E-Man. Next up, boys, a guy who is not afraid to talk, to walk the walk, man. We have Benquil. He says, dub season, winning season. He says, I'm 5 weeks out from the Muscle Contest Japan. I'm 6 weeks, 2 days out from the Arnold Sports. I'm 9 weeks, 2 days out from the Arnold Sports UK. And he's given us a latest physique update. And as we all know, Benquil ain't playing no games. Obviously, he's under some amazing lighting. He has the black background, the silhouette, the shape is popping. But honestly, I think he is that good. I don't think he's cheating with the camera angles or the lighting. I think Benquil is coming. I'll pass it off to you first, Avon. What do we think? We're 6 weeks and about a day out of the Arnold Sports. Is Benquil beating Emmanuel Hunter at that show, Avon?
It's gonna be a close one, to be completely honest with you. I mean, they're both looking amazing. I think E-Man has Benquil's never beaten E-Man in any show, so this could be a good opportunity for him to test the waters. But then again, E-Man's never been as low as what he was at the O. So this is why this is such a big sort of head-to-head at the moment, because hey, they're both looking good, they're both in shape, they're both looking incredible. So yeah, I mean, it's all going to come down to who shows up on the day. It's a battle of 1%ers at this point. When you're talking about athletes at this higher level, especially when you're talking about athletes as good as these two right here, it's going to be a case of who shows up, who peaks perfectly, who does everything right. We know they're both going to be doing everything right this whole prep. But yeah, it's just going to be a battle of who really just shows up on the day. And looking at Benquil, like, he looks amazing. And I know he's out there to kind of prove a lot of people wrong, because there are a lot of people that are saying, hey, he hasn't got what it takes to win. Hey, he hasn't got what it takes to, beat this person or that person. And I feel like this is what fuels Benquil, because he knows that these rumors, or not these rumors, but these words are circulating around the net. But all he can do at this point is just show the world that, hey, he does have what it takes to beat these guys. Hey, he does have what it takes to beat some of the top Olympians. And hey, he does have what it takes to win the Arnold in 6 and a bit weeks' time. Gaffer, what do you reckon?
What do you think?
I really love this matchup right here. I think that this is a close, razor-thin call at the moment. I mean, the only thing that matters is what you look like on stage that day. That at that moment when you are on stage and you're compared to the next person next to you, how full are you? How conditioned are you? How grainy are you? What's your stage presence? How good is your tan? All you can do is bring it on that day. And if there's, a few athletes that 100% are going to bring it that day, it's these two guys right here, and of course B. Henny, for sure. I mean, it's wild to look at, because Emmanuel looks like he and Benquil have some similarities from a physique perspective, but Emmanuel also has some similarities with Brandon. But when I see Brandon against Benquil, I see a noticeable difference in terms of the look of the physique. So it's just interesting how he's kind of like right in the middle, E-Man. But Benquil, man, what a great guy. The kind of guy who has a legion of athletes underneath his coaching roster that are diehard Benquil fans, which is just a testament. And we're talking bikini, we're talking wellness, we're talking, men's physique, classic physique. Like, the guy is all over the place. I don't know if he's got any open guys, but I mean, he coaches damn near anybody who wants it and who's about, really being focused and getting after it. And to be training as hard as he is right now and still giving out the output and effort to all the other athletes, I just got to applaud that guy. So definitely a lot on his plate. We've spoken, and he said, hey, Men's Physique Show, when you guys are at the Arnold, we got to catch up. So we're looking forward to doing that when we get to the Arnold Classic here in 6 weeks' time, catching up with Benquil, sitting down and having an interview with him. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Love you, Benquil. And E-Man, let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be a good matchup. Sorry, because we need to remember these guys were 11th and 12th at the O, so that's why they're so neck and neck. I mean, is this showdown going to prove that Benquil does deserve to be in that top 10? Does this showdown show that E-Man didn't deserve to be out of the top 10? So yeah, this is gonna be a good test for both these guys to kind of see where they stand and kind of see where they're positioned leading into the 2026 Mr. O. Hart, what do you reckon?
Hey, Phil and Hart, when you guys look at the physiques, right? Just real quick, when you look at the physiques, and obviously we're 6 weeks out, so it's hard you can't put an exclamation point behind anything right now, except for maybe B. Henny, right? In terms of like absolutely just lights out right now. But in terms of these guys, I see Emmanuel's shoulders more capped right now. That doesn't mean the day of the show, but right now I see a fuller chest, but I see a better core with Benquil. And then I think when they turn to the back, man, Benquil has come up with the back. Bro, he has improved his back like I've never seen anybody else in such a short period of time. I don't know what the hell he's doing over there, but I can't wait to find out his secrets. And we start talking about that on the show. But, I don't think that there's anyone who's going to be at the Arnold that has a better back than Emmanuel Hunter. I mean, it's one of those genetically blessed gifts that, the Egyptian and Greek gods basically bestowed upon him, So I think from the, facing the curtain, E-Man, if his legs are there, I know Benquil's bringing up his legs, something fierce. If E-Man's legs are there and he's got that outer quad sweep, I think, he'll get the back pose, but the front pose is going to be up for grabs, I think, because it's so close. And as of right now, in my humble opinion, I think that Benquil edges out just a little bit in the front pose with the core and just what they're looking for in Men's Physique. What do you guys think right now? Just 6 weeks out.
Hart.
What do you got, Hart?
Hart, I'll let you take it. You go first.
Yeah, no, I think Aleem, you hit it on the dot, brother. I didn't know that Benquil's never beat E-Man ever at a pro show. So I know there's a lot of cool physiques to watch, like on an individual level, like Brandon and Dayu and Vitor and a bunch of other guys. But this is the matchup I think that we all need to really pay attention to is this E-Max versus Gorilla Toe Ben. I'm going to keep calling him that until he DMs me. He hasn't DM'd me yet on it. I'm excited about this matchup the most because just like both of you said, it is neck and neck. It is absolutely neck and neck. And I have no clue who's going to win this. I have no idea who's going to bring the best physique, but all I know is they're making the show a lot more exciting, and I can't wait to connect with them in person, see it with our own eyes, and bring the Horde the best coverage. Avon, what are you thinking?
I'm with you, man. Like I said, it's going to be a tight call, and it's all going to come down to who shows up on the day. At the moment, I mean, it's quite clear that Ben is more conditioned at this point, unless it's something to do with E-Man's lighting. But in terms of the condition race, Benquil's winning that one. But shows aren't won just on condition. Like you said, E-Man has the back. Benquil's brought up the back. It's you're kind of picking apart off another one and then trying to compare it to the other, and they haven't got it, but then the other person's got the edge on something else. So, yeah, I'm not going to make any predictions with this one until maybe the day of the show. But it is going to, it is an exciting matchup, and I feel like more physique updates are going to start to come out. I don't know if anyone saw the reel of GB George Brown kind of calling these athletes out and saying, hey, where's all your physique updates? Are you scared to upload the physique updates? So I feel like in the next 6 weeks, things are going to really heat up, and we're going to see a lot more physique updates. We're going to see a lot more changes on the daily, on the weekly, and the Arnold Classic is going to be super exciting.
Couldn't agree more. Let's pull up that reel by George Brown. I don't think it has any music on it, so it's not going to mess up our video.
I love when he pops in. I love when he pops into the videos.
Let's see what he has to say.
I love this.
He says, we back, baby. The Arnold Sports is right around the corner, and shit is heating up. Who y'all got between these two? Let's check it out.
He's right.
Wow. Woof. Shout out to George Brown. Get on our podcast, bro. Come on.
Let's go.
Another guy who is very familiar with winning Arnold Classic titles. Aaron Banks has been updating like crazy. I don't even know which post to start with. Him snowboarding with his kids, him saying another season is around the corner, him dropping updates from last year. I mean, is this him right now? I don't believe so. So I'm trying to find a most recent update. And I know this one is, and this was him on the bike the other day. Angle was looking crazy. I mean, this is one of the most, has probably some of the most round muscle bellies throughout the chest and the shoulders, even the biceps, the back, out of almost anyone in the division. When we talk about elite genetics that spawned out of nowhere and who is someone who has had the craziest transformation in the league. You guys know Aaron Banks' transformation, what he did in just a couple years time. He went from 2020, we had no idea who this person was, to 2021, second place at the Mr. Olympia. I can't think of anyone else who's done that. I'll pass it to the GAFA first. What was your reaction when he posted this a couple days ago, Aleem?
Bro, I was wondering if he was getting ready for the Arnold Classic, because he looks like he could literally walk into the Arnold Classic in 6 weeks. You see the abs coming through. You always see the striations in the chest. I mean, he's such an elite athlete. Excuse me. He's normally like Brandon and Ali and Ryan Terry. They're normally like right around stage ready. Like 8 weeks out. They're normally walking around like that regularly all through the year. Versus like some athletes who you see and they totally let themselves go, right? They get the pop belly. They really bulk a lot during the off season. They balloon up, 40 pounds, 50 pounds in some cases, and then have to cut all that stuff. Like these guys, especially E Banks and the others I mentioned, Vitor's in that category also, they don't lose themselves that much. They put on weight, but it's like gradual and it's muscle that they're putting on, not necessarily fat. So again, to your point, Hart, phenomenal genetics, just next level genetics. The guy is getting locked in more and more and more. This is just him now. Like imagine when the show, I forgot which show he was alluding to doing, but I think it's like in the next 4 months or something like that. The dude is really, once he locks in, we're gonna see even crazier updates. And if he can pull that conditioning in, because he's been losing it a little bit the past couple of years here. If he can bring that conditioning in like he did that 2021, 2022 season, woo! With the added size, Jesus, that's all I have to say to that. Let's go. E Banks, by the way, we got to go snowboarding sometime, brother. You just named a place. You want to go to Utah? You want to go Uladag, Turkey? Where you want to go? Where you want to go snowboarding? Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't know what this guy's been doing over the last couple of months, but one thing's for sure, this guy's been traveling the world, living life, and he still looks as good as this. He's gone full influencer mode. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but he's taken photos in front of cars. He's taken photos in front of like snowboarding. Like, I don't know. I think look at this. He's full influencer mode, and I'm all about this. Like, in what time? What have you ever seen like a men's physique athlete as like not influential, but doing this type of thing? It's kind of new. I mean, who do we see? We see Brandon Hendrickson doing things just like this. This guy's going to Dubai. He's traveling all over the world. He's enjoying life. He's having some good food. And he's still keeping in shape. To your point, Aleem, like the genetics are just insane on this guy. Like to be as round, like that chest plate, like just looking at this reel of him on the bike and even just him just walking like on the treadmill, like this guy is like striking distance to jumping back on stage. Like you put this guy under a 6-week prep and he's already in shape. Most guys look like this, 6 weeks out, and this guy's just ready to start a prep in this type of conditioning. Like it's insane. But yeah, E-Banks is a really, really good athlete, man. Like there's no doubt about it. There's a reason why he's an Olympian or a Mr. Olympia champion. There's a reason why he's still placed in top 3 in the world. I mean, we saw it in 2025. Like it was the worst version of Aaron Banks that we ever saw. And he was top 4. He was still placing that top 4. We're still beating some of the top guys. So yeah, this guy's just a genetic freak. He's an absolute hell of an athlete. Like playing multiple sports, playing paddle. I actually played paddle last night. My body's killing me. So yeah, this guy's just a freak of nature. And let's suss out the strength on him.
Plates half. Look at that. 6 plates on the half rack pulls. Look at that. That's crazy. Men's physique. This is not an open guy. This is a men's physique guy. That's crazy.
It's good that he's still doing rack pulls because a lot of guys have actually neglected the rack pulls purely because they don't want to thicken that waist. But when you've got a back as big as this guy, you can probably afford to put a bit of thickness on that back, that lower back if you need to. But yeah, this ain't gonna hurt him.
No, not at all. We think Hart.
I think it's a very important year for Erin. You know, I think he lost the Arnold Classic last year, picked up a couple probably pro show wins. But, you know, I think there's some big shows that I would personally, because I'm a huge Erin Banks fan, always have been. There's some big shows I would like to see him bring his best. You know, I don't need to see him win. I just want to see, like you said, Gaffa, I want to see that 2021, 2022 conditioning on this really just this athletic aesthetic mass monster. I just want to see that super competitive physique come out of Erin Banks because he just makes everyone better when he does that. He makes the whole league more exciting. Men's physique was never more exciting when he was Olympia champion, when he looked his best and everyone was trying to take him down because he was at his best. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing with Erin Banks. And I'm really glad he's doing a lot of updates. I'm really glad he's locking in and showing us, you know, what he's doing, how he's looking, because the guys over here at the Men's Physique Show, Erin, we support you like crazy, bro. We're rooting for you, and we just want to see the best, your best physique, your best mindset, mentality possible. Because, bro, when you're at your best in both of those ways, you make everyone better. You make the Men's Physique Show guys better. You make the athletes better. Hundreds of thousands of people look up to you. So we're excited for 2026, brother. Keep doing your thing. We love you. Anything else on Erin, guys?
I was going to say, what shows do you think he'll do this year? Obviously, he did the Arnold last year. He's not doing it this year. What shows do you reckon he could do? So I've got my pick. Because in reality, he's probably going to do, what, 1 or 2 shows before the O?
I don't think he'll do more than 2.
I hope so. I'm trying to pay attention. Right? 1 or 2? Yeah. What do you think he'll do? You think he'll hop into New York or Petty?
I think Pittsburgh
last year, right?
and Dubai. I think Pittsburgh and Dubai, because Dubai is going to pay the most.
That's what I thought.
And Pittsburgh is the big show, right? So like that's, as of right now, Pittsburgh's probably the 3rd largest show after the Arnold, which is right after the Olympia, right? So Olympia, Arnold, probably Pittsburgh right now in that order. There is a show that's probably going to be 3rd in line here soon. I'm thinking that Gold's Classic in North Carolina that's coming up. I think that show is going to be the show that this year really, you know, rips the Band-Aid off and becomes that, you know, seen and well heard show that everyone's going to be talking about and a lot of athletes are going to be buzzing to get to. But because of a few things, you know, one is the rumor of the prize money being really, really sexy for the top 3 guys, and then also its location, you know, being in North Carolina and stuff, and just Mike, who's behind that show, what a great guy. So I can see that show coming up, but as of right now, I think Erin's in the Pittsburgh and in the Dubai show for sure. I think that those are his 2 go-tos. What do you guys think?
Yeah, you read my mind with that one. I was hoping no one was going to say Pittsburgh, and no one was going to say Dubai, and I was going to just drop the Dubai one. But I agree with you, man. I think it's going to be Pittsburgh. He's going to obviously want to retain that title at Pittsburgh, but even more so, like it's clear to see that this guy's got a soft spot for Dubai. He's there. You know, he was just there. I think he goes there multiple times a year. So why not go there and take a check and you know, maybe have a little bit of a breather before, you know, prep starts for the O. I mean, he's there all the time, so why not, you know, get some money to cover the flights at least. But yeah, I'm with you, and I also agree that Gold's Classic show that's happening a couple of weeks before the O, man, that's going to be an exciting one because yeah, it's for a lot of athletes, it's going to be their last opportunity to get that O qualification. But to your point, Alim, the prize money at that show is going to be crazy. From what I've heard, I mean, I don't know exactly how much it is, but I know Mike's trying to break some records there, get the biggest attendance. He's going to get the biggest prize money, have the best athletes there. So who knows? Ebanks could be one of those guys on that roster. You know, he's going to be in shape before the O. So why not get a check while you're there too? But yeah, they're my picks. Hart, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think it's a smart move by Erin, chasing all that money over in Dubai, and then Pittsburgh Pro. That's where I would like to see him placing. Yeah, I'm right there with you, boys. But on this 6 plates each side, I love the comment. Is there any 45-pound plates left in the gym? My question is there any 45-pound plates left in the gym in Paraguay. We're going to get to it here. Our boy Francisco Martinez, who Tyler Mannion has said has one of the best backs in the league because of the muscle separation and the completeness from top to bottom. I mean, if any men's physique pros, any amateurs want to take some notes on how to grow a better back, here we are. Who wants to break down Francisco's training? We got just some pull downs here, another exercise. We're going to get into some heavy lifts. What do you guys think of Francisco here? Recent update.
Yeah, no,
Go ahead, Avon.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, we know that he's got one of the best backs in the league. He's the hottest young talent to come out of 2025. He was, I believe, the first. No, Mehdi Kabaj was the first. I think he was the second or the third athlete to. No, Chiron was there too. He was one of the first athletes to qualify for the O. So he's got a lot of time under his belt to get himself right. Work on the weak points. I mean, he's beaten many Olympians to get that qualification. I mean, we saw the likes of Alex Rogers and Jason Wynn and Drew Cullen. Like, this guy, he's kind of stamped his authority already. So now it's a case of just taking the time over the next couple of months to just get his body right and bring the best package to Vegas in September. Now, in terms of his training, are we going to start it from the start with the lat pull downs? Yeah, so with the lat pull downs, I mean, great exercise to start off with. I mean, he's done the double hand overhand grip, which is obviously more lat focused, being a little bit wider. Control is sensational here. Like, he's just taking his time with all the reps. He's not letting the weight dictate the movement. You can see that he hasn't got a full stack. A lot of people chase the ego, chase the numbers, where you can tell that this guy's just chasing the perfection of the tempo and the control of the rep. So yeah, good first exercise to start off with. Does he need more back? I mean, when he gets to the Olympia, time will tell. I mean, where does he stand up against the likes of E-Man and Erin Banks and stuff like that? So yeah, it'll be a good test for him. Now he's moving into some rear delt flies. Really target the rear delt area, which is very, very important. That's where a lot of athletes do lack. I mean, you can have the best cap delts, you can have the best back, but that missing piece of the puzzle is going to be the rear delt. So yeah, some rear delt flies. I've actually started playing around with this variation where the wrist is a little bit higher than the elbow, and I do like that variation. I feel like it targets the area a little bit better as well. But yeah, those first two exercises are really, really good. Gaffer, I know you love the deadlift, so you take that one.
Yeah, and just first of all, love the deadlifts, right? So perfect form. Look at that. Boom. From the hips, popping it in. Wow. Right there with the hips, right? Keeping the concentration on the back. He's even leaning back just a little bit, just a hair, keeping the chest up. It's more, it looks like he's bringing his back, but actually he's not. He's really making sure the chest is up. So it gives the illusion like he's leaning back, but he really isn't. And he's contracting the back. It's a contraction of the back, the raise of the chest. That's really what's going to grow that back muscle right there. The other thing too is I wanted to talk about is that lat pull down that he was doing. The lat pull down that we were at a second ago. I like how he was controlling the weight. To your point, Avon. He's controlling the negatives, right? So he's holding the negatives. You don't see him swinging back, right? His body is just moving ever so slightly in the pull down, and the stretch is beautiful. He's keeping the contraction. You can see the muscles still engaged, even up there. It's not like he's losing it. He's keeping the back engaged. Some people can't go that high. They have to keep it a little bit lower, because if they go that high, they lose the mind-muscle connection with the back, and it's almost like they have to start over again. Again, also, not a guy who's swinging back and forth in that chair. He's staying as stationary as possible to really let the muscle do the work, instead of the momentum of the body and your own weight and the biceps do the pull down. And then this last one right here for the rear delts that we were looking at. Love how he's on just a little bit of weight. I like this variation a lot too. To your point, Avon, I actually prefer with the strap, the ankle strap around the wrist, and doing it, because I just feel like you just get a little bit more activation in that rear delt, connecting it with a ankle strap around your wrist and pulling it, as opposed to your hand. But regardless, whether you do it this way with your hand pulling, the little knob at the end of the cable, or you do it with it attached to the the ankle strap around your wrist, still, it's super effective, very highly effective. And this is a guy who is right on that cusp. He's like when we look at like lower tier, and it's not to say that they're lower level athletes, they're incredible athletes, make it to the Olympia. That's, most people on this planet will never ever even come close to being able to accomplish something like that. And you're immortalized forever making it to the O. But what I love about this guy is like he's in that upper tier right now of that mid tier. So you've got like the slightly lower tier, the beginning tier, that mid tier, and then that high tier, right? The high tier is like the top 15, 16 guys, right? Really that top 15. And then you've got like the upper tier, right? The top four or five guys. He's one of those dudes that I believe can quickly jump from that high middle tier to like right in the below inner tier, like that top, like be right outside of that top 5, 6, especially with all the time he's got. And I tell you this last thing, if he does that, Paraguay is on the map, bro. Like people are going to go crazy in that country for him because he's the second athlete to ever hit the Olympia stage from Paraguay in men's physique. Like phenomenal athlete, humble dude, and just like super dense muscle and grainy. Hope he makes it, man. Hope he comes in condition and he's ready to rock. Gaffa out.
Love it, Phil. You want to finish this off? 6 plates. He's going lower than Aaron Banks. I just want to point that out.
Not only that, but if you notice, he's doing a deficit deadlift because once that barbell hits the floor, you're now engaging your quads, your legs, etc. By elevating the plate, now he's just purely focusing on lower back. You've actually taken the leg portion of that movement out. So it's purely a lower back exercise, which is great. Maybe a bit of hamstring as he lifts it up, but yeah, I like this variation. I personally don't do deadlifts. The reason for that is the risk to reward ratio. For me, is it worth the risk? I mean, you can activate your lower back more effectively with something like a 45-degree what's it called? Hyperextension. Weighted, less weight. Yeah, less weight, etc. I mean, some guys like it, some guys hate it. In regards to the deadlift, at the end of the day, the best exercise for you is the one that you enjoy and the one that you can adhere to long term. If you're not a fan of deadlifts and you don't like the risk to reward, don't do it. If you're an athlete who loves deadlifts and loves throwing, weight on that barbell and just getting it from A to B, then hey, go ahead and do it. But yeah, end of the day, Francisco loves it. Keeps it in the repertoire, and you know what? You can't take it away from him. The guy's got one of the best backs in the league. So, yeah, he keeps adding the thickness, adding the density, and if it's an exercise like the deadlift that's assisting in that, why take it out?
Couldn't agree more, boys. Great breakdown. I know a lot of our viewers listen on Spotify, and a lot of them listen to it at the gym, hitting these certain exercises. So this is super beneficial. Let's throw it over to France, though. Yes,
I want you to throw it over to me first, because before we get into
it over to Avon.
Speaking of Spotify, as Hart mentioned at the start of this episode, like we're growing rapidly. I think last week we said that, I think it was last week we said that we were so close to hitting that 10,000 subscribers. We've been checking the subscriber count over the last couple of days, and you guys have been just showing the love, showing the support, and our channels are just growing like crazy. We're almost there. We're 400 subscribers away from hitting 10K subscribers on YouTube. Something that's never really happened in the fitness community, in the bodybuilding community. The channel started only 5 months ago. And to be at 10K subscribers within the space of 5 months is unheard of. And first and foremost, we need to thank every single person who has subscribed to the channel. Those people who are now part of the Horde, we could not have done that without you. But like I said, we're only 400 subscribers away. And we want to get there by the next week or so. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and tap the bell icon so that you're the first to be notified when episodes go live. While you're there, follow us on Spotify. And also, if you could do us one favor, and it doesn't take any time at all, it's completely free. All you've got to do is take a photo of your computer screen, of your TV, or screenshot your phone, add it to your Instagram story, tag the Men's Physique Show, Hart McGrath, Alim Bolton, and myself, Philip Naselli, and we'll add it to our Instagram stories. So, yeah, Won't take you too much time. Completely free, and you would do us. We absolutely appreciate it. Heart, back to you.
Thank you, Phil. It's funny, before I click on this, I'm like, is my guy off the ground by a foot over here? What is he doing in this one? But anyways, we got an awesome update from another Arnold Classic competitor. His first Arnold Classic physique update from our boy, Paul Gustave out of France, IFBB Pro. He was at the Olympia last year. He says, this is my cutting phase. My favorite has started. My waist, where I stock fat, and essentially my back too started to be smaller. It's just the beginning. Let's go. The GAFA, I'm going to throw it over to you. How is our boy, our Frenchman, doing less than 7 weeks out from the Arnold Classic? What do you think?
The macaroon muscle hailing out of France, Paul Gustave right here. I love this dude, man. His personality and everything is just awesome. He's relentless. Looking at his physique, I mean, wide back, super wide and thick back. Bubbly chest, bubbly shoulders that we always talk about. I can't wait to see him streamline his waist a little bit more. I think that's, typically his Achilles heel. That part of that's a little bit, but he does a great job with with being able to angle his body and really create an illusion that the waist is smaller than it is. So I love that. But like you can see here, he's got really, really big lats, like wide lats. So it gives the illusion a little bit initially, like he's got a thicker waist. But from the back, when you look, it looks like his waist is actually smaller than it does when he turns to the front. Like the front looks like his waist is a little bit blockier than the back is when he faces the curtain. I know he's working on that posing. I see the foot slightly coming on an angle, that back foot. So I know he's working on it. Let's see what he comes up with. I'm sure it's going to be some type of a hybrid between, what we are normally used to seeing with that front post hand on hip versus what he actually does. But Paul Gustave, man, I can't wait to see this guy at the Arnold Classic, for us to sit down with him, chop it up. We've put out a lot of great posts and some reels about him, and they've really hit pretty heavy out there in France. And shout out to his sponsor ESN out of France, the French division of ESN, the supplement company, because they're doing him right, man. They're taking care of him. He told me that they're really making sure like he gets over here, his papers are right. Like they're doing what you're supposed to do when you have an athlete as a sponsor. They're not just, sending him a stipend or some supplements and calling it a day. They actually are involved with the guy. So love that. And the last thing, love the do-rag, bro. I gotta love the do-rag. Take back to Brooklyn. Anyway, what you got, Avant?
Yeah, Paul Gustave is going to be one of those athletes to keep an eye on because, we saw his rise in 2025. I think that was his rookie season. I mean, we saw him compete at the Romanian Pro that he competed at? I can't remember. But he competed at one of the big shows where he got top 5. And yeah, I mean, deservingly so, got his Arnold invitation. The guy's embracing it. I've been keeping tabs on his Instagram story. He's on YouTube now. He's documenting his journey, and for good reason. I mean, it's not every day you get called up to the Arnold, so why not take advantage of it and just really start to document every single aspect? That's going on behind the scenes leading up to that show. I still, in terms of his posing, I'm with you, Aleem. I think he still needs to tweak that. I don't know what it is. I feel like he's a little bit too stiff in that torso area. I think he needs to rotate that chest around a little bit more. And I think we may have said this in the previous episode where he's kind of just trying to really focus on making that waist look as small as he possibly can. That's why his hips are so tilted when he hits that front pose. But I just feel like that chest needs to come around a little bit more, and maybe he may need to sacrifice a little bit of that width in that lower half to kind of allow him to twist that little bit more. But yeah, it's exciting. I don't know if there are many French men's physique athletes, not that I can think of off the top of my head, but yeah, this guy's really putting French bodybuilding and French the men's physique division in France on the map, that's for sure. But yeah, this is going to be an exciting one to watch. A lot of people don't have him on the radar at the moment, but I think he could surprise a lot of people.
He came in third at that Romanian Pro. He beat Fialho. So you're talking about named guys who were at that show. Omar, Fialho. He was right behind our boy, the king of Europe, Emil Walker. So, right there. The guy is right there in the mix. I think a lot of people, especially the American fans, aren't familiar with him, and when they see him on stage, especially next to the other guys, they're going to realize how dense this guy is and how big he really is, because he's a little bit, he seems a little bit shorter, right? But when you see him up against the other athletes, he just takes up so much space. It's hard to not notice him. Like your eyes are drawn to him. So I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see how he competes, especially in this lineup, fierce lineup. So we know he's bringing it. He's coming to win. He's not coming to just take part. He's coming to take over.
Hart, what do you reckon?
I think you guys covered him beautifully. I want to continue on here. We got a bunch more topics. Paul, can't wait to meet you, brother. That's the main thing. Can't wait to connect with you, bro. Thanos, IFBB Pro Thanos, recently saw him. And I mean, if you're looking at the people, got to be very careful with my words because of YouTube. The people in this screenshot, it looks like Thanos, men's physique, South Korean Olympian, is inside a school and he's teaching fitness. He's teaching health. He even at one point, I believe, look at this, fitness, pause, power fitness. I love it. At one point, he started flexing here for the kids to see, which is so cool. And I've got to say, I grew up, Phil, me and Aline grew up in the American school system. I don't think this would, especially nowadays, I don't think this would ever really happen. And it's a shame because imagine Ryan Terry coming to Aleem, your son's school, and talking to the kids about health and fitness and, the sport and the community and all the benefits and positives that go along with it. What do you think of this post by Thanos? What is this?
Man, I think this is cool to see.
Yeah, agreed.
I think this is cool to see. I mean, just like you guys, this is something that would never happen in a school or a college in Australia. I mean, bodybuilding is not the biggest sport around the world. There's so many bigger sports where you maybe expect this to happen. You might see, NFL players or basketballers or football or soccer players go to schools and maybe do little seminars and stuff like that. But when these guys are at it, like when they're younger, like the most important thing that they should be focusing on is their health and fitness, just being active and, eating right and, going for walks and, doing all the things that keep you fit and healthy. So to have a role model like Thanos, teach these individuals about just the little fundamentals and maybe give them something to aspire towards, to say, hey, if I do, have a little bit of an active lifestyle, if I do keep fit, who knows, when I start to, go into my teenage and my adult years, start hitting the gym and really focus on my health and well-being. Like there's no better place that you want to be. And I feel like in today's society, like it doesn't really get promoted. I mean, I know when my parents were younger and even my grandparents, like the quality of food that they were eating is so much different to what it is today. A lot of the foods nowadays is highly processed, and we see, even like cereals are really heavily promoted towards the sugary type, and they're targeted towards the kids and the preservatives in all these different foods. So to teach these guys at a young age and say, hey, let's start to prioritize your health and get, like I said, getting someone like Thanos, who's a great role model, I should say, for these kids, is amazing. And it's not something that you will see in the Western world. Like maybe in the Asian countries, maybe you'll see this in India. That's where you'll see these type of athletes be showcased a lot highly, as opposed to, in the Western world where you'll rarely see it. So this is a great look. I hope more more universities, more colleges, more schools implement this type of thing to kind of just get these kids and get these teenagers and adults really set up for the rest of their life.
Aleem, I have another post just like this, but it's coming out of India. Same thing. Manoj Patil went to a college recently. I'm pulled up in his story. And he's doing the same thing. Palahi's HOC College of Engineering and Technology. What do you think about all this?
Bro, appropriate picture right there with the lats coming out and the cobra behind him. Like that cobra back we always talk about, right? This guy has it. Impact. The first thing I think about when I see Thanos and we're watching this right now, I think of impact. How are you impacting other people? And it's no longer just a self-consumed sport, right? Your physique is now inspiring hundreds and thousands and potentially millions of people indirectly, right? Because one person starts talking about it, they start telling people, they tell 5 people, they start looking at clips, especially with social media nowadays, and it just starts to catch fire, right? And now you've got people who otherwise would not take care of themselves, would not be in the gym, would not be aspiring to be a better version of themselves physically. They have I believe in the old like Egyptian and Greek ideology, which is you want to have a strong mind, a strong body, and a strong spirit. And you have to put all three of those things through hell and high water and back to become the best version of yourself. You need to test yourself and see what you're made out of in all three of those capacities. So I love that this guy is out here right now in India, a country that is really divided as a black or white thing. Either you have money or you do not. And he's showing up to this university. You know, these younger kids are going to then probably, same day, next day, hit the gym and start thinking about diet and change the trajectory of maybe what their parents were doing, where they didn't eat as well, they didn't take care of themselves as well. And now they have something, again, to aspire to. We talked about it before on the show. Mercedes Gretz was the first female to swim the English Channel, right? And until Rolex actually filmed her doing it, there were only like less than 50 or so people to ever do it. Since her, it's been thousands and thousands of people who have swam the English Channel because they see it's achievable. And when people get to see someone like themselves, like, folks from India or from Korea, be able to see their own country folks with incredible physiques and putting in that work and that discipline, it gives hope. And it lets you know that it is possible, and it gives them something to chase after. One more thing I'll say is that, it's beautiful to see, especially Thanos out there, showing things that you can do just at home. Like, he's not with the fancy gym. He's doing stretches. He's doing squats, isometric holds, plank holds, and stuff like that. Like, things that they can literally start doing in their bedrooms at home. And that's where it starts for all of us. It starts from just, something simple. And then it kind of mushrooms out from there as we get more interested and go down that rabbit hole. So I love to see stuff like this, man. I hope that we on the Men's Physique Show keep promoting this, because this is what it's about. This is why we do the show. It's impact. And how can we help others? This is beautiful.
Yeah, just in addition to all that, just take a look at the fanfare that this guy brings in. All these guys, like, this is something that, again, you would never see in Australia. Like, we've got a couple of pros here, and I almost guarantee that if they were to go to a seminar, you would not get this type of turnout. And I would assume the same can be said with the US. Like, yes, we've got the top three. Let's say we talk about Erin Banks, we talk about Brandon Hendrickson, we talk about these names. They would get some sort of attention, some sort of fanfare. But would you get people outside of the top 15, 16 getting that same sort of attention? Probably not. So it just goes to show, like, these Western countries, like, how much they respect their athletes, how much they respect bodybuilding as a whole. And, fingers crossed the whole world can kind of catch on to this and say, okay, these guys are still athletes. These guys probably work harder than some of the biggest athletes that we know. Like, think about bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week sport. Your foot's on the gas the whole way through. And they don't get paid the same money. Their sponsorships are nowhere near as much as what the top NBA player gets, the top MLB player gets, the top NFL player gets. And you need to remember that these guys have an off season. Yes, they work for maybe 4, 5, 6 months of the year, but then the rest of the year, they kind of, let's say a couple of months after the season, they take their foot off the gas for a couple of months until preseason starts again. So hopefully, like I said, the world catches on with, images and footage just like this. Say, hey, these guys need to be shown the same respect. Who knows? Maybe down the track, maybe get offered the same sponsorships and the same sort of prize money and all that sort of stuff. But it would be cool to see this sort of fanfare happen all around the world. What do you reckon, Hart?
Brother, I couldn't agree more with you. There's so many things that I am so envious of other countries, particularly the Asian countries, India, Thailand, Japan, China, and just the way they do things, man, and just their culture. And I feel like so many people kind of, I don't know, misjudge or maybe only focus on the negatives that happen within that country. And I feel like all we see is just so many positives, bro. It's just radiating positivity and a culture that I know we can't wait to visit and be a part of with the Men's Physique Show. We love to see it.
Absolutely. Before you get on to the
yes.
next topic, let me just quickly shout out the people that are sponsoring the show. If it wasn't for these guys, who knows? Would there be a men's physique show? Maybe, maybe not. But we appreciate these guys for powering the show. The first company is Manifest Board Shorts. They're the best board shorts in the game. I mean, we see them pop up on every single stage around the world, whether it be the Olympia, whether it be shows like the Arnold, whether it be smaller pro shows, whether it be smaller amateur shows. These guys are doing wonders. And I'm so thankful that yourself, Hart, me, and Aleem, we're now part of the the Manifest Board Short community. And we're looking forward to seeing what these guys can bring throughout the year, throughout 2026 and beyond. So for that one, if you want to grab yourself some of the best board shorts in the game, drop Heart at checkout and you get yourself a nice little discount on that one. The next one is Huge Supplements, some of the best supplements in the game. That's what we're using over here at the Men's Physique Show, from their protein powders to their pre-workouts to their glycerol pump formulas, the works. Whether you're an athlete, whether you're an everyday gym goer, these guys have tailored supplements for absolutely everyone. So if you want to feel your best, perform your best, and fuel your best in and out of the gym, Huge Supplements, again, code Heart at checkout for that one. Next is Physique. I've said it a few times. What these guys are doing to bridge the gap between the coaches and the athletes, between the pros and the amateurs, is absolutely amazing. Myself, I'm on there. I've got a couple of service in regard to the posing side of things. So if you want to, work alongside me, just search me on Physique and you'll be able to, book in a slot with me. But it's not about me. It's about every single athlete that's on there. I know there's a lot of pros out there. I know there's a lot of good coaches on this platform as well. And for a lot of competitors, they just don't know where to go to get the information. And yes, social media is flooded with so much good content, but there's also so much bad content on there as well. And that's where it comes. That's where Physique comes in, where it's like you can reach out to a coach and have your blood work analyzed. I know a lot of athletes, especially if they go down the enhanced route. Yes, they'll take the gear, but they won't know how to they won't know how to analyze the blood work and make sure that their health's in check, because it's all about longevity. You want to be in the sport for as long as you possibly can, and you want to be able to do it be in a position where you're as healthy as possible. So not only blood work, there's physique analysis, there's meal plans, there's diet plans, there's training program, there's the whole work. So go check out Physique if you're someone in the market to get some help with your journey. Next is Kippy Skincare. Now, these guys have some of the best skincare on the market at the moment. They've got a cleanser that's just come out. We're using it, myself, Hart, Aleem, our partners, and they absolutely love it. Our partners know how important skincare is. Now, they're looking at all the ingredients, making sure that everything that they're putting on their skin is good quality stuff, and they absolutely vouch for it. So if you want some of the best skincare in the game, again, if you're enhanced, if you're a natural, if you're just everyday gym goer, this is it's an amazing product to have in your arsenal. So go check out Kippy for that one. And last but not least is Dr. Campbell and his team at the Center of Wellness and Pain Care. These guys do some amazing stuff, from stem cell to getting stem cell put in you, and so many more services over there. We know Aleem has had some of that done, and he is in the best shape of his life. So go check out the Center of Wellness and Pain Care and Dr. Campbell over there. All their links and discount codes will be in the description below. So go check them out. And yeah.
Beautifully said. I think we may have to finish this episode without the GAFA. There's a massive storm heading over the east side of the United States, and it's greatly affecting his connection. So he just told me he can't get back in the live. So we'll finish this bad boy up. I mean, let's talk about the last one, and we'll finish this up strong. How can we count out Brandon Hendrickson? He's given us an update, a legit physique update. I'm sure you saw this. Yeah, you already liked it. B. Henny says anything is possible, but only if you're willing to show up when it's hard. Stay patient when it's slow, and keep moving when doubt gets loud. Dream big, work bigger. The limit isn't reality, it's effort. Coached by the legendary Neil Yoda Hill, 6 weeks out of the Arnold Sports Fest. Phil. I mean, every week he looks better and better and better. These are raw check-ins, just in natural lighting, and he's looking this good. What's going on with B? What do you think?
I mean, there's a reason why he's one of very few athletes that are putting the updates on every single day, every single week, because the guy knows he's ready to rock and roll. He's the most, I'm putting it out there, he's got to be one of the most consistent athletes on the Olympia stage, maybe the most consistent athlete, in the pro ranks. this guy looks great. I mean, and there's a reason why he keeps putting these updates on, because I feel like he's kind of showing the world that, hey, he's not scared of whoever's coming up, whoever's chasing him. No, we've got some really, really big names in the Arnold lineup. I mean, Ed Van Palmera unfortunately had to pull out. That would have been probably his closest competition, but he knows there's Andre Diu out there. He knows there's E-Man coming for him. He knows that there's Benquil coming for him. He knows that there's a lot of guys coming for him, and this guy's putting it all on show and goes, hey, if you want to beat me, this is what you've got to beat. And yeah, the guy's looking sensational. What do you reckon?
I like what you said, bro. I think this speaks volumes that, we've seen Ben, we've seen Emmanuel, we've seen a lot of guys start posting updates, and it is in really good gym lighting. And Brandon looks like he just hopped out of bed, and he's giving us a very fresh, very authentic physique update, posing update, 6 weeks out of the Arnold Classic. And I think, to your point, Phil, I don't think Brandon's afraid of anyone. Like, down deep, I really don't think he's too worried about anyone who's doing this show, and it's just himself. And when he has the backing of a legendary coach like Neil Yoda Hill, I don't think I'd be too worried either about anyone else, man. I mean, you've proved your success with your physique, with your mentality on the biggest stage of the year 3 times. You've already won this Arnold Classic show in the past, and I'm just super grateful that we get to see Brandon Hendrickson doing this show, because I feel like it's been a long time since we saw Brandon on that Arnold Classic stage. And yeah, I hope everyone's going to come ready, because Brandon is dotting all his I's, he's crossing all his T's, and I want to throw this over to the GAFA. 6 weeks out, Aleem, is Brandon Hendrickson. Is this guy winning it? What do you think?
Yeah, man. I don't know if there's too many athletes on the planet Earth walking right now, whether they're in men's physique or they're in classic physique, that have a better physique than Brandon. He's an elite athlete, man. And with the small waist, always in shape, always ready, always like a Westerner, like one of those old cowboys, always ready for war, ready to meet you at 12 o'clock's showdown and pull out them guns and start firing off. Brandon stays ready 24/7, 365 a year. And I know he's been we all know that he's been working on that back, something serious, and really bringing it up. Like front, I don't think that there's anybody who's showing up that's going to have a better front than Brandon at this point. Too experienced, too chiseled, too conditioned, or the reputation. I mean, it's a lot that you have to beat and cut through in order to beat him in the front shot. Legs are there, abs are there, arms flow right into the cap, shoulders, full chest. He has no weaknesses from the front at all. No weaknesses. Can pose from either side, ambidextrous, any side he can pose from. Unique posing, brings slightly something new every year. And then we turn to the back right now, and you can see he's bringing the back up. His upper lats look wider than they have in the past. He's got some more detail that's coming up. And man, as long as he keeps those arms where they're supposed to be, which I'm sure he will, and doesn't bring them up too high like he used to do, I think it's going to be a problem for a lot of other competitors to beat him in totality and win out from the show, from the Arnold Classic. It's really, in my opinion, it's really his to lose right now. And it's not to discredit any of the other athletes, but Brandon is just so complete and has such a strong reputation and is so polished with the posing and everything. He and Yoda, Neil Yoda Hill, they're going to come in ready, man. So without a shadow of a doubt, he would have to like really miss his peak for, I think, him to lose this show. That's my opinion. What do you guys think?
Do you think, I mean, Brandon can't be too far away from his weight cap. Do you think there's a day that we may see Brandon jump up a division and compete in the Classic?
There was rumors that he was going to do that because of the muscle that he's been putting on and stuff, and his body obviously is taken to it well. I think he's holding himself back purposely to be in men's physique. But I'd love to see him in classic physique. Like, could you imagine? He already has wheels. Could you imagine Brandon being in a classic physique and bringing up his body that much more, bringing in the wheels that much more? And he's already got the flow. He's got the shape. We know he knows how to pose in classic physique for sure. The guy's been around forever. He's even done some classic physique posing before in the past. So like, he's got all the tools that it takes in order to make that jump. I would say he and Andre Dio absolutely have those tools, right? Man, it'd be wonderful to see. Imagine him winning a classic physique show and being like the champ, right? Champion in the men's physique, champion in classic.
It's almost similar to what Derek Lumsford did. I mean, he won the 212, then he's gone over to the Open. He's won the Open. Keon, there's rumors of Keon, winning the 212. Now he's going to try his luck at the Open as well. So who knows? I mean, it would be, like you said, to your point, Alim, like it'll be great to see Brandon, obviously there's the talk about the GOAT status, but could he claim the GOAT status and then go to the classic division, then win an Olympia in the classic division? Like that'll be a story to tell. But yeah, it would be, I mean, it would make all us bodybuilding fans excited for it.
Phil, you're onto something there, Hart. What do you think? If Brandon wins the Olympia this year and becomes the GOAT, right? Four chips, all the shows he's done, all the Arnolds, this and that. If he becomes the GOAT of men's physique, how do you feel about him potentially saying, I've done the work here, now I'm going to classic physique? What do you think of that?
That's a great question. It's a great debate. I want to hear from the Horde as well in the comments. One, I think he would do well in classic eventually. I think he has the shape. I think he already has a really nice set of wheels. And I think that's something we see a lot of guys struggle who want to go from men's physique to classic physique. Their lower body just doesn't quite match it. I think that is a very real possibility for Brandon, but I don't think he's going to stop at 4 if he gets 4. I really don't. I still think in the back of his head, he'll say, you know what? I'm tied with Jeremy. I'm tied with Jeremy. I'm tied with Jeremy. And people are going to still be debating it in the Instagram comments for years until someone gets 5. And, hopefully it's our boy B or Ryan Terry, either one of those guys. I don't think any of us would be upset with winning that 4th or 5th title, but that's a great question. Brandon Hendrickson to classic in the next few years. If he wins 4, if he wins 5, is he just going to stay in masters men's physique? I will say this. This is a physique that is in men's physique right now, but if he goes to classic, I would root with him wholeheartedly, and I think he would do pretty well.
Certainly would have buzz, like,
Yeah.
No, like, I mean, he would have more eyes looking, at the classic physique than damn near anyone. I don't think that there's anyone in classic physique right now that would get as many eyes as he would. And that includes Dino. That includes Raymondino. So I think he would get more eyes just because of the hype. You've got this men's physique guy going over there. It makes for a storyline, that's for sure. Horde, what do you think? Like Hart said, let us know.
I think you've opened up a can of worms there. If we see a lot of dinosaur emojis in the comments, we know what we've done. We've stirred the Brazilian pot.
We might have to put some AI on his physique and see what he would look like as classic.
Probably hella good. Real good.
Nah,
go ahead, Phil.
I was going to say, guys, this has been a hell of an episode. What do you guys reckon?
I'm just glad we got the Gaffa back. I was telling the Horde there's this massive storm coming over the United States. I don't know if we're going to get him back. We're going to keep rocking. He came back. I bet that made my day. See, come back in here.
Bro, my entire internet went out right now in the house. My son came out. He was like, Dad, there's no internet. I was like, well, I got it on. My phone just kicked in, so I've got the computer connected to the phone now as a hotspot. So that's how we had to do it. But, bro, we're going to get slammed this weekend. But, they always make a big deal about it, and we're fine. Atlanta gets like 1 inch of snow and it becomes shut down. The milk is gone. The water's all taken. The bread. It's crazy. I used to walk to school in Brooklyn with snow up to my eyes and still go to school, by foot. Out here, it just snows slightly a little bit, half an inch. People are like, oh my God, is Armageddon coming? So we'll see. But the weather does mess with us. The ice is horrible out here, so we'll see. Yeah. Wish me well, boys.
I was going to say, stay safe there. Gaffer, everyone that's kind of been affected by that snowstorm, also stay safe. But I was going to wrap this one up, boys, and I just want to thank every single one of you guys for tuning in to the end of this episode. If you haven't already, as Hart mentioned at the start, as I mentioned midway through, we're almost at that 10K subscriber count. We need your help to do so. So if you haven't already, if you loved the episode, subscribe to the YouTube channel, tap the bell icon to be notified every single time an episode goes live. Also, follow us on Spotify, take a screenshot of this episode. There's actually going to be a QR code attached to the banner somewhere here that you can just hit the QR code. That'll direct you straight to our Instagram page. Take a photo of this episode, put on your story, tag the Men's Physique Show official, Hart McGrath, Aline Bolton, Philip Naselli, and we'll reshare that on our pages, as well as a massive thank you to all our sponsors. All their information, links, discount codes will be in the caption or the description below. And other than that, boys, enjoy the rest of your day, your morning, your night, whatever time it may be that you're watching this. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.